जय राम Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, we can't hear.
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपगदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
मैत्रेय उवाच
मैत्रेय उवाच
इति यद्वरे दक्षमनुद्य शत्रुहन् क्षिताबुदीचिं निशशाद शान्तवाक् स्पृष्ट्वा जलं पीतदुकूलसंवृता स्पृष्ट्वा जलं पीतदुकूलसंवृता निमील्य दृग्योगपथं समाविशत्। निमील्य दृग्योगपथं समाविशत्। मैत्रेय उवाच
यद्वरे दक्षमनुद्य शत्रुघ्नम्
इति यद्वरे दक्षमनुद्य शत्रुघ्नम्
पितावृचं दिशदा शान्तवान्
क्षितावुदीचिं निशशाद शान्तवान्
स्पृष्ट्वा जलं पीतधुकुला संवृता
स्पृष्ट्वा जलं पीतदुकूलसंवृता
हृद्योगपथं समाविशत्
निमील्य दृग्योगपथं समाविशत्।
मैत्रेय उवाच
मैत्रेय उवाच
दक्षमनुद्य शत्रुघ्नम्
इति यद्वरे दक्षमनुद्य शत्रुहन्
निशसाद शान्तवान्
क्षितावुदीचिं निशशाद शान्तवान्
अजलं पीतदुकूलसंवृता
स्पृष्ट्वा जलं पीतदुकूलसंवृता
योगपथं समाविशत्
निमील्य दृग्योगपथं समाविशत्। मैत्रेय उवाच इति यद्वरे दक्षमनुद्य शत्रुघ्नम् क्षितावुदीचिं निशसाद शान्तवान् स्पृष्ट्वा जलं पीतदुकूलसंवृता निमील्य दृग्योगपथं समाविशत्। Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Iti, thus, Advare, in the arena of sacrifice, Daksham, to Daksha, Anudya, speaking, Shatruhan, O annihilator of enemies, Kshitau, on the ground, Udichim, facing north, Nishasada, sat down, Shantavak, in silence, Sprishtva, after touching, Jalam, water, Pita Dukula Sambrita, dressed in yellow garments, Nimilia, closing, Drik, the vision, Yoga Patham, the mystic yoga process, Sama Vishat, became absorbed. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, Srila Vaishnavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Maitreya, Maitreya the sage told Vidura, O annihilator of enemies, while thus speaking to her father in the arena of sacrifice, Sati sat down on the ground and faced north. Dressed in saffron garments, she sanctified herself with water and closed her eyes to absorb herself in the process of mystic yoga. Purport. It is said that when a man desires to quit his body, he dresses in saffron garments. Therefore, it appears that Sati changed her dress, indicating that she was going to quit the body given her by Daksha. Daksha was Sati's father, so instead of killing Daksha, she decided that it would be better to destroy the part of his body which was hers. Thus, she decided to give up the body of Daksha by the yogic process. Sati was Sati was the wife of Lord Shiva, who is known as Yogeshwar, the best among all yogis, because he knows all the mystic processes of yoga. So it appeared that Sati also knew them. Either she learned yoga from her husband or she was enlightened because she was the daughter of such a great king as Daksha. The perfection of yoga is that one can give up one's body or release oneself from the embodiment of material elements according to one's desire. Yogis who have attained perfection are not subject to death by natural laws. Such perfect yogis can leave the body whenever they desire. Generally, the yogi first of all becomes mature in controlling the air passing within the body, thus bringing the soul to the top of the brain. Then, when the body bursts into flames, the yogi can go anywhere he likes. The yoga system recognizes the soul, and thus it is distinct from the so called yoga process for controlling the cells of the body, which has been discovered in the modern age. The real yoga process accepts the transmigration of the soul from one planet to another or one body to another. And it appears from this incident that Sati wanted to transfer her soul to another body or sphere.
Go brush your teeth, Bangara.
Again, Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya
No, first you have to brush. Take
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, and I'm very unqualified. His Holiness Bhakti Vasudev Maharaj was supposed to speak today. But because Maharaj has two classes today, so therefore he asked me to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. So I need your blessings. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kapasindubhya vacha paditanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo. Especially His Grace Guru Prabhu. Actually, it's one of the things about Prabhuji that will always continue to surprise me is that, his level of tolerance that, for tolerating someone like me is really extraordinary for so many years. So, need your blessings. So, this is a very interesting verse. So, many different aspects of this verse are there. First thing is the significance of saffron garments. So, saffron garments here, it is indicated that Sati wore that color because she wanted to quit her body. So, that's the general understanding of saffron color. The beginning of sannyas, saffron color, the way it would work was someone would take saffron or someone would take sannyas in those days. Then, if they leave home, then that person would never come back anymore. And saffron means, according to the tradition, it means that basically in society you're dead. You cease to exist for common society. And Prabhupada's very heavy on this in Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada says that one who accepts the renounced order of life he is relieved of all obligations, but only, Prabhupada says, if with great austerity one engages in the service of the Lord. But if one does not engage in the service of the Lord, even though one may be in the renounced order of life, if one does not engage in the service of the Lord, then one will uh, be indebted or be liable for all those responsibilities that he has given up. So that's why it's very, very important for anyone, because Srila Prabhupada says that in Krishna consciousness, anyone who wants to surrender his life completely to the service of Krishna, he is actually a renunciant. So, in Krishna consciousness, if we want to become serious devotees, we all should aspire to become real renunciates or real sannyasis. So Bhagavad Gita says sannyasi is not one who lights no fire or who performs no duty, but a sannyasi is one who actually dedicates his mind, body, and words in the service of the Lord. So it's a very important principle for anyone to learn, anyone to know, because death of the body is for sure, there is no doubt about it. This body, if as Yogsha Prabhu says, Shariram, the meaning of that word is that which is going to be slowly destroyed. So, if we want to prepare ourselves for death, actually, every day we're dying. Every day we're dying. To the extent that we are performing material activities, to that extent we are dying. Not only are we dying, but with every material activity, we are creating another material body. Just like the example can be given that if you invest your money in a certain bank, then at some point you will get a payback. You will get some interest, or you will get something, you will get some benefit out of that. So in the same way, when we invest our heart in any material desire, then at some point, unfortunately or fortunately, it's actually quite unfortunate, Krishna will fulfill that desire. And that is very, very dangerous for us. So it's very important for any serious devotee who aspires to reach the transcendental platform to be very careful of three things that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants. Shri Radha Gopi Janavallabh Bhagwan Gaura Jai Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So it's very important for any transcendentalist to actually be wary of that. Dhanam, Janam, and Sundari. So wealth, followers, and the opposite sex. It's very, very important, because otherwise the purpose of our coming to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness will be completely spoiled. The more we're practicing devotional service, the more we're realizing that the only hope, the one and only hope, is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. We're all here because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. If we see the instructions of Gita, in Bhagavad Gita, we see Radhashtami is coming up, but when we see the standard that Krishna expects, what to speak of Golok Vrindavan, but even Krishna says to become very dear to him, one has to have so many qualifications, so many qualities. And Krishna's standard is very, very high, as you see from Bhagavad Gita. And if you see in the purports also, Prabhupada gives a qualification to connect with Krishna in the heart. The qualification to connect with Krishna in the heart is Tesham Satadiktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. So constantly engaging in the service of the Lord with love and affection, that is a qualification to connect with Krishna in the heart. What to speak of Radharani? Sukadev Goswami is the most intimate associate of Srimati Radharani. And Sukadev Goswami did not, it is explained that he did not utter the name of Radharani because Sukadev Goswami, such an intimate associate of Srimati Radharani, that he thought that if he just were to speak her name because of his unlimited affection for her, Sukadev Goswami would go into Samadhi for 6 months. And there will be no Bhagavatam because in 7 days Parikshit Maharaj will leave the body. So that's why Sukadev Goswami did not mention the name of Srimati Radharani. So you look at the standard of Sukadev Goswami, that how renounced he was. There's a word in Bhagavatam called Nirveda. Nirveda means one who is completely indifferent. So he was completely indifferent to what people think about him, how he dresses. It's completely indifferent. He didn't even wait. As soon as he appeared in this world, immediately he left for the forest. So, as such a high standard, because the truth is that Srimati Radharani is the most secret part of Krishna's heart. So, therefore, yes, we can glorify Radharani, we can hear about her, we can sing bhajans about her. But the real thing is, just as Srila Prabhupada said, that we should act in a way that Krishna becomes pleased with us or Krishna is attracted to us. In the same way, the real thing is to act in such a way that Radharani becomes pleased with us, and it is not easy. It is not easy. You see the example of six Goswamis. You see their level of Krishna consciousness. So anyway, coming back to this purport, so that is the meaning of saffron. There's a meaning of saffron that it's a very high thing actually. There are different reasons. Another internal reason also for saffron in our sampradaya, because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also accepted that saffron garment. And Mahaprabhu himself spoke the words, Naham pro nachan narapatir napi vaishyo na shudro. Mahaprabhu himself said that spoke that words that I am neither brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. He's sannyasi, what he's saying, not the sannyasi. And he's saying, I'm not a brahmana, I'm not a kshatriya, I'm not a vaishnava, I'm not a vaishya, I'm not a shudra. But I am just a servant of the servant of the servant of the master of the gopis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke this verse, but at the same time, Mahaprabhu accepted saffron garment. Why? So it is explained. I won't speak the pastime, but there is one pastime of Srimati Radharani herself. When she, out of separation from Krishna, she also accepted the saffron garment. And it is explained that how that this Madanakya Mahabhav, this transcendental madness, this transcendental ocean of love experienced by Radharani, Unnato Jvala Rasa, that takes the color of saffron garment, saffron. So it's a very high thing. I'm not qualified to wear saffron, but maybe just by the mercy of devotees, I am here. I'm not qualified. But the point is that Mahaprabhu's sampradaya is Mahaprabhu's teaching, Mahaprabhu's example, Mahaprabhu's associates are very, very high. Very, very in terms of renunciation, in terms of sense control, in terms of sadhana, in terms of Vaishnava etiquette, Mahaprabhu's associates are unparalleled. And that's why we can say very proudly, it is a fact also, that the only sampradaya that has access to Radha Kund is Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. No other Vaishnava Sampradaya has access to Radha Kund. Why? Because who actually discovered Radha Kund? Who actually brought Radha Kund to this world? Of course, we know that Krishna brought Giri Govardhan, Krishna brought Vrindavan when he descended. But the person who actually made Radhakund available for us is Mahaprabhu and Raghunath Goswami. So without following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is impossible. His Holiness Shivaram Maharaj says that if you don't get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you can try for millions of lives, but attaining the darshan, attaining the service of Radha and Krishna is impossible. It's near impossible. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the only way, only by pleasing Lord Chaitanya. And pleasing Lord Chaitanya means to actually imbibe the mood of him and his dear associates as explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the main thing to observe is the depth of bhava, bhakti bhav, that all of Mahaprabhu's associates actually are constantly displaying. Whether it is serving devotees, when it comes to serving devotees, how much eager is Shivananda Sen, how much eager is Maharaj Pratap Rudra to serve all the devotees? When it comes to chanting the holy name, Haridas Thakur, how much eager he is to chant the holy name that he doesn't even realize whether it's day or night, he doesn't even realize the time, how much absorbed he is. And you speak about Vaishnava etiquette, Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami has such a high respect for pujaris, for servants of Lord Jagannath. He doesn't even know them. He doesn't even know them. And Sanatan Goswami, although he is so exalted, but look at his level of etiquette just for avoiding to touch the shadow of the pujaris from the Lord Jagannath's temple. Sanatan Goswami went through the austerity of walking on a hot beach. Now, I have experienced sometimes at the end of Golden Parikrama or sometimes in the hot Vrindavan sun, blazing sun, and you walk on the road or you walk on some sand. It's like literally, it's like walking on fire. What to speak of walking on that fire for like 1 hour. And after that, when Mahaprabhu came in, he didn't tell Mahaprabhu, my leg is burning, it's intolerable. He didn't say that. Mahaprabhu had to ask him. And then the way in which Sanatan Goswami presented that, oh, I am so unqualified. It looked as if it seems like that is the only option for him. So that is the extent of Sanatan Goswami's Vaishnava etiquette. I want to speak of his renunciation. Sanatan Goswami, when he came to the fold of Lord Chaitanya, Sanatan Goswami, it is very cold. Like right now in America, it's very cold, but we have heat. But if you're in Vrindavan, if you're in India, there is no heat, there is no escape. Whether you go at home, you go anywhere, it's freezing cold. Doesn't make much difference. So in that, Sanatan Goswami wore a chadar. And Lord Chaitanya just looked at Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami understood that he cannot use such a nice chadar. So just for the pleasure of Lord Chaitanya, these six Goswamis, they practice such a high level of austerity, which is unimaginable, inconceivable. So unless we follow in the footsteps, of course we cannot imitate, but unless we follow in the footsteps of these associates of Lord Chaitanya, digest their moods, digest their teachings, only then will it be possible to actually approach. Because it's a fact that Unless Lord Chaitanya and Lord Chaitanya's dear devotees, unless they give us the qualification. What is the qualification? Qualification is the greed. Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, he used to, he is eternally Rupa Goswami. So when he chants the holy name, Tunde Tandavani Vitante, as the holy name is dancing on his tongue, he feels such a deep separation from the divine couple that his he's practically he's clenching his teeth, because at a certain level of Krishna consciousness, the body can no longer tolerate it anymore. And actually, that's how it's explained that there are many external reasons why pure devotees leave the body, but the real reason, the internal reason, is the intense separation from the Lord. So pure devotee tolerates that separation uh, in the course of his spiritual, his preaching activities, but at one point that separation becomes very intense that the body can no longer tolerate, and that's why he leaves the body. So Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami was clenching his teeth. And if you see actually Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami's Samadhi, uh, take darshan of Sri Rupa Goswami, you can see that how much deep Krishna consciousness that all these Goswamis were experiencing. So the root of all success in Krishna consciousness is the holy name. The holy name is the only way, because the main purpose of the advent of Lord Chaitanya is actually to give us this holy name. And this holy name is non-different from Krishna. This holy name has all the qualities, all the pastimes of Krishna. This holy name also has all the associates of Krishna. So Sripad Anandaprabhu mentions so nicely that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, who is this Hare actually? So Sripad Anandaprabhu says this Hare is not only Radharani, but this Hare refers to Radharani and all her divine associates. So Radharani also has our spiritual, Hare also includes all the associates of Srimati Radharani, including the eternally liberated spiritual masters, our Guru Parampara. So only by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, when we follow the mood of Mahaprabhu's associates, is it possible for us to attain something in Krishna consciousness. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, one time, I'm just mentioning this to just glorify our previous acharyas, because if we develop love and affection for our previous acharyas, for our gurus, that is the only way by which we can actually understand what it means to have a relationship with Radha and Krishna. Otherwise, it's impossible. It's impossible. Because everything in spiritual life happens on the basis, on the principle of association. On the principle of strong Krishna conscious association. What type of association? Chaitanya Charitamrita describes that Snigdha Swajatiya Satovare. Snigdha means the devotee with whom you're associating should be very soft-hearted. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that such a devotee who is constantly melting in love of Krishna. Snigdha, very soft-hearted. Swajatiya means that one who has a similar kind of mood, similar kind of affection. And Satovare means someone who is more advanced than oneself. So one should be in the association of such devotees, and then only can one make progress. So we should all aspire actually that in Krishna consciousness to live the moods of the previous acharyas. We all hear Narottam Das Thakur speaking about singing this line that if I were ever to take birth again, then I would desire the association of Ramchandra Kaviraj. So what a deep sentiment this is. What a deep mood this is. So at least we should have one Vaishnav in our life that we can give our life for, that we want to associate life after life. Of course, we want to attain Krishna Prem in this life, but this is the level of attachment. This is the kind of attachment. And according to the quality of devotees that we associate with, accordingly we will attain Krishna consciousness, that kind of Krishna consciousness. So we should be very, very careful, very, very careful. So coming back to this verse, so Lord Shiva is known as Yogeshwar. So Krishna says Yogesh, Krishna is Yogeshwar, and Krishna says the best yogi. Prabhupada is speaking about yogis who have attained perfection in the purport. The best yogi is one who is constantly connected with me, who is constantly linked with me. That is the best yogi. Actually, Bhagavad Gita, as we progress in Krishna consciousness, Bhagavad Gita has so many secrets for making advancement in bhakti. It's really, really amazing actually. Every verse in Bhagavad Gita is very, very special. Every purport is so special because this is Prabhupada's mentality. Prabhupada's mentality is people in this Kali Yuga, Manda Samanda Matayo, speaking about myself. Life is very short and life is unpredictable. So Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, every purport is thinking that if this is the only purport that this person reads, I Prabhupada is investing all his mercy that I hope and pray that by reading this purport, this person will attain perfection. So that's Prabhupada's consciousness. That's why every purport, even Bhagavad Gita, is so amazing. Is so amazing, and that's why in so many purports, Prabhupada speaks about what the verse is speaking, and the end, Prabhupada will mention one, two lines, and Prabhupada will say, so we can go back to Godhead. So Prabhupada wants to imprint very strongly this samskara in the mind of his devotees that we should desire to go back to the spiritual world. So even if someone doesn't attain perfection, then at least because of the samskar, because of hearing again and again at the time of death, if whoever one meets, wherever one goes, one simply remembers that I have to go back home, back to Godhead. At least by that he will attain some special benediction. So Prabhupada wrote an amazing book actually. All Prabhupada's small books are also as extraordinary. Nectar of Instruction, so many. Actually, I came to this movement because of one of the small books of Srila. It was not even a book of Srila Prabhupada. It is called Hare Krishna Challenge. Actually, in America, it's not so much available. In India, this is the first when I was studying my engineering. Is an amazing book of Prabhupada speaking with the scientists. And I still remember the day I got that book. So at that time I was very much into science and physics and all these things. So I was seeing the way Prabhupada was defeating the scientists, and I started liking it. And I still remember that night that I got that book. I read that book like 6, 7 times. So the thing is that any book that Prabhupada has given us, even the morning walks, even the conversations, they are very, very special mercy. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada is giving this very special mercy to all the devotees. His Prabhupada is giving this lowly. is giving this intense eagerness to attain Krishna, to attain the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Yesterday, I was just speaking that that one person just saw Prabhupada drinking water. Prabhupada didn't speak to him. He didn't read any book, and he just seeing Prabhupada drinking water, he joined full time. I mean, just think about the kind of Shraddha that Prabhupada imprinted in the heart, and no ordinary Shraddha, pure devotional Shraddha. So it is inconceivable. It is inconceivable. So here the message of this purport is that we cannot give up the body, but we should give up the association of someone completely if their association does not help us to become pure devotee. So in Krishna consciousness, we should be very careful actually. Especially children should be very careful because children who are born in this movement, they are very, very special. Children should actually, you should write in your room, print on a piece of paper that this is my only chance and this is my best chance to go back to Godhead. And below that, you should write also that I have been born for this purpose. Because the thing is that this Krishna conscious association, Prabhupada, especially Srila Prabhupada's association, is very, very special. It's extremely special. So if we can simply take powerful association and we can avoid association which makes us distracted, which makes us confused, we can attain very quick progress in bhakti. Prabhupada mentions very nice, actually so many secrets are in Prabhupada's books, but very important, in order to realize what is said in Prabhupada's books, we have to please devotees. Because this is the secret actually. The secret to success in bhakti is relationship with a pure devotee. And what does it mean, the real relationship with a pure devotee? Real relationship with a pure devotee means that we realize how a pure devotee is personifying the words of Shastra. Unless we experience how a pure devotee is exemplifying the statements given in Shastra, our faith in him will not lead to transformation. Jiva Goswami says that one should see one's guru in every verse of Shastra. So, yes, we may glorify so many of Guru's pastimes in this world, but the real glorification of Guru is when we experience his presence through the holy name and through Prabhupada's books, through the Shastra. That is the real glorification. Why? Because Prabhupada says real association with a pure devotee is to see how he is spiritually absorbed in Krishna consciousness, how to see his internal life. Our real achievement will happen in Krishna consciousness. We will become very enthusiastic, very determined in Krishna consciousness. When the revelation happens, what revelation? Just as Narad Muni is telling Vyasadev in Srimad Bhagavatam about his previous life, how he attained perfection, how he attained self-realization. So when by practicing the process of Krishna consciousness, when we become more and more purified, more and more surrendered, when we realize the moods of Guru, when we experience to whatever extent the moods of Guru uh, in our Krishna consciousness, to that extent we can experience some transformation in our life. So Guru means, of course, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and the Vaishnavas. So, relationship with Guru in this particular verse, Sati is giving up her getting ready to give up her body because of her association with Lord Shiva. In one sense, in the absolute sense, it is good because it's done for the sake of a pure devotee. But in one sense, it's not good also because in this case, she came to the situation because she didn't listen to Lord Shiva. So, what we can take from this purport is that the day when we will become deeply connected, strongly connected with a pure devotee of the Lord, then that day we can become completely free from becoming the servant of our mind, becoming the servant of our senses, becoming the servant of whatever else may be. And we can engage in ecstatic devotional service. We can engage in determined devotional service with great eagerness. Is this Rajwari Prabhu? One thing I really liked about him this time, I mean many times, but this time I liked his simplicity. Like we can clearly see when he's giving the class, he's not speaking to impress anyone. It's a very simple class where he seems so satisfied, so happy. So this is what we want to attain in Krishna consciousness, this state of being simply happy. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to Mangalarti. Oh, I'm going to chant the holy name. Oh, I'm going to distribute books. Oh, I'm going to whatever. Even this simplest devotional activity to be very eager and very satisfied. That means that we are in this Krishna consciousness movement. So I really like that. And one thing he says, his instruction, he says, he's been saying, and he said many times also, is that this association of devotees is our greatest asset. This association, and yesterday he mentioned this association means to depend on their blessings. So this is a very wonderful statement. I mean, if whenever I can implement this in my life, I see incredible results. Because to get something from a devotee, to be connected to a pure devotee, the law in Bhagavatam is to be connected with a pure devotee should also desire connection with us. So if we are able to think of Guru, we are able to pray to Guru, that means Guru also has a desire to be connected to us. We have experienced in our life that when we don't have a good relationship with someone, I mean, at least before Krishna consciousness, that relationship doesn't last for long. Why? Two reasons. First reason is we are not favorable. The other reason is that person is also not favorable. So, for us to have a relationship with pure devotees, they should also have a desire to have that relationship with us. And how that happens when we depend on their blessings. When we depend on their blessings internally, then they see that wow, this person really wants mercy. Person really wants to progress in bhakti. Let me help him. Let me help him. So when they get into that mode of let me help him internally, then the realization starts awakening in the heart. They have to desire. Like Prabhupada said, that this ISKCON movement is simply running because of the desire, because of the pleasure of Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur. So when they desire to help us, then just think about it. Like any mother or father in this world, that when any mother or father think that oh, my become genuinely pleased with their child, that oh, my child is so nice, so wonderful. No, I want to help my child. So then what the mother and father does, the mother or father actually gives the most precious thing, at least in the material understanding, to the child. when the mother and father become completely pleased, like in this world, phone or car or whatever. So in the same way, spiritually also, when we please pure devotees, then they will give us the most precious thing in their heart. What is that? That intense eagerness to satisfy the senses of Krishna. So that is the real gift of the pure devotee. And that is who Radharani actually is. Someone who is constantly burning, constantly perspiring, constantly praying, constantly thinking to give pleasure to the senses of Krishna. So this is the real mercy of pure devotee, and only by the mercy of pure devotees can we realize pure devotional service. By the previous acharya. Previous acharyas are our greatest shelter. So that's what I wanted to speak today. Um, we are very fortunate that we are in the association of so many wonderful devotees, especially the Kishore Prabhu. We have the mercy of so many devotees. So let us develop this very intense attachment to pure devotees. And let us so you can we can pray uh, on any day, but especially on Radhashtami. What we should pray on Radhashtami? Radhashtami is coming. We'll just speak a few minutes on that. So we should pray on Radhashtami that we can become connected to her pure devotee. We can be connected to someone who is constantly desiring to serve her day and night. We can be connected to such a pure devotee. And it is there in our spiritual masters, it is there, but it is a matter of realization. What is your personal realization of Srila Prabhupada? What is your personal realization of your spiritual master? Everyone is, some people, um, I don't want to give too much details to confuse anyone. But the point is, everyone has their own vision of Guru, depending on their surrender, depending on their bhakti, depending on their association. So we can definitely realize uh, Srimati Radharani, our spiritual master, also, but it's a matter of personal surrender. So we should pray that we can realize, because according to the aspect that we realize in our Guru, accordingly we will surrender. If we realize Srila Prabhupada, like everyone speaks about Prabhupada's relationship with his father, but what did Prabhupada say about his father? Prabhupada said, my father is that person who used to ask any sadhu who would come home that please bless my son that he become a great devotee of Radha. So that's his remembrance of his father. So um, depending on Prabhupada, based on Prabhupada's mercy, Guru's mercy, we can realize. So we should simply, or rather, we should have this one desire that how we can surrender more and more. We can give pleasure more and more. And very important thing is that anything we do good in our sadhana, anything we do good in our seva, we should keep it private. We should not advertise it. Should not advertise our realizations. Because to have a loving exchange with anyone, we need to maintain secrecy. Because that is the basic principle of love. The basic principle of love is confidentiality. See, Krishna is telling, using the word again and again, confidential, confidential. Why Krishna is speaking like this? Why? Because Krishna is stressing the point that to have an exchange, to have a loving exchange, to reveal the heart, confidence is very important. Confidentiality is very important. So we can pray to Radharani. See, Radhashtami is just one day, but Kartik is 1 month. And Kartik is entire month is glorification of Radharani. So we can pray to Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda and our previous acharyas that we can actually please Radharani. That Radharani will become attracted to us by our service attitude, just the way Dukhi Krishna Das, Shyamananda Pandit, how he attracted Radharani, how he attracted the mercy of Radharani by his service for so many years. So we can also pray that how we can act in such a way. Everything is there in Prabhupada's books, everything is there in the lotus feet of the devotees. So let us pray to Radharani that we can always act in such a way that we can melt the heart of pure devotees. Whether they may be physically present or not present, it doesn't matter, but that we can act in such a way. So that's what I'd like to speak today. Completely unqualified. I don't know what I spoke. Please forgive me. Anyone has any question or comment? Scientist, yeah. Hare Krishna challenge. I don't think it's available here. Is it available here, bro?
Yeah, it is there. It is there.
It is there.
Database it is there.
Hare Krishna challenge.
It's still there.
Okay, okay.
It is not considered a proper book, but compilation.
Yes, compilation of Prabhupada and scientists is amazing conversation.
You mentioned about confidentiality, it's a very important point. Because I read in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's the book, I heard it, that when we advertise about our sadhana, we the intensity of sadhana will go.
Yeah.
And there is profound statement. But some devotees say that Prabhupada used to say that announce the score of book distribution.
Yeah, announcing a score of book distribution means you announce a score, collective score, but not individual score. But I mean, that's okay. That's okay for beginning. But as the devotee progresses, like yesterday, Rajwari Prabhu, like Yulshuk was introducing and telling me, said, Sholana, didn't want too much, so yeah, I mean, what I'm speaking about is the confidential realizations that you have, any devotee has, because every devotee has his own realizations. If anyone is here, including children also must have their deep confidential realization. That's why they're sitting here. So those things we should not advertise, we should not speak. Saraswati Thakur says, until one has attained full self-realization, one should not speak any of these things, because otherwise it's just like exposing a candle to the wind. So, and one more thing is, we should also be very sensitive, because the significance of advancement in bhakti is become very sensitive to devotees. You see pure devotees, how much sensitive they are. Very sensitive. Anyone else has any question or comment? Online, anyone has any question or comment? Everyone could hear, right? Online?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very nice class. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so if nobody has any question or comment online, we will end.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Wonderful class.